When you think of a coal hauler, your first thought is likely of some 6-axle units hauling huge cuts of hoppers across hundreds of miles. A 20-mile short line using 4-axle switchers is a bit of a stretch, but that's how it was done on the LEFC. Can an obscure short line primarily hauling coal be worth taking up a room? It's time to find out. What makes this layout great? The Lake Erie, Franklin, and Clarion Railroad was a real short line in western Pennsylvania, at one point in its history actually reaching Lake Erie and Franklin via trackage rights on other railroads. In the 1970s to 90s, which is the era in which this layout is set, the line was a 20-mile connection between Clarion and Somerville, PA, serving a few coal mines along the way. The railroad also transported sand, lumber, brick, and other products used for manufacturing glass. This track plan was created by Dan Burke of Appalachian Railroad Modeling as an HO-scale double-deck layout fitting into a 12 by 19 foot space. A 4-foot diameter helix conveys trains between the two levels in this area here, though for simplicity's sake, I have modeled each level in a separate room. The first element that makes this track plan commendable is how it has fit an entire short line and all of the industries it served into a single room. Though fitting all of these does mean that there aren't really any in-between areas in the design where you're just running your train. Something else this plan highlights is the interest created by having an interchange with another railroad in the middle of the line and not just on the ends. There's an interchange with Conrail at the end of the line in Somerville, which does connect to a staging area, but there's also this interchange here at Sutton. Even if it's just a siding, it adds variety to how cars come on and off the layout. Trains originate in Clarion, serving 4 coal mines and loadouts before delivering their loads to one of the 2 interchanges. The small yards and interchanges do limit how large your train can be, but the switching required to move these cars is satisfyingly complex. Running a train and switching to various industries can take anywhere from 1 to 2 hours. What makes this layout great? First, consider choosing a shorter prototype to model. You'll have less sacrifices to make when it comes to deciding what to keep in your plan. Second, place an interchange in the middle of your line to add variety to car destinations. And third, shorter trains can still provide satisfying operations. I give the Lake Erie, Franklin, and Clarion my seal of approval. Thanks for watching and for all the positive feedback you left on episode 1. I'll definitely be continuing this series, so if you want to see more, make sure you've subscribed to my YouTube channel, leave a comment below, and consider supporting the show on Patreon. When you think of a coal hauler, your first thought is likely of some 6-axle units hauling huge cuts of coppers.